Hi friends, thank you for stopping by the Bitcoin Adept. Today we are going to talk about the Bitcoin price, and we see on the weekly chart that the previous candlestick, which was formed during the previous week, this green one, closed in the indefinite doji. A doji is also a reversal candlestick, and in the same way, the candlestick we had the week before also closed as a doji. It certainly shows a temporary weakening of this rising trend here, but I wanted to show you something else on the 4-hour chart. If you like my daily thoughts on the Bitcoin price, be sure to subscribe to this YouTube channel, and also add all of our trading and close totally free chat. So what did I want to show you? Many of you know when an asset starts to rise or when it goes into a correction. This, guys, does not mean that everything happens in a chaotic order. That is, even the shapes in this kind of analysis. Triangles, the same Japanese candlesticks, or flags, wedges, and many others. They show how big players rip off small fishes. That is, if you take apart all of these movements in Bitcoin, there are a lot of patterns here, and they are very often repeated, because these are psychological tricks with the help of which the money flows from some to less prepared, to more prepared. And look, guys, if we look at the bottom of the Bitcoin now, let's see, yes, here it is, the alleged bottom, which was at 15,000. But we need this moment of growth first. Let us bring it closer. I will show you on this example. We will switch to today's time frame, and you will see that everything is absolutely the same now. So look, from the time when this Bitcoin bottom ended, let's dot it. Yes, it went up. After it, there was a consolidation, that is, a small correction, further growth. After that, there was a consolidation again. You can see it. Yes, those little dots after that, there was a third bright increase, then it went down and basically went in such an uptrend, a sideways trend, you might say. So let me switch to this previous growth today, and I will show you that this volume of money is absolutely the same in hamsters. And if you and I can see these patterns, it will be easier for us to trace where the whales will lead the price. Yeah, and to be in the same boat with the whales, you could say. So, look, we've had a drop, just like that. Next, right, I've stretched it too far. That's the low point, you could say. After that, we went up, then we had a small consolidation, then again up, then a small correction. After that, then the third increase, I would say, as high as possible. And then it went down and was in such an uptrend sideways, I would say. So the story of the guys is very similar. Then this sideways trend slowly ended, and a new wave of growth began. That is, Bitcoin came to the next trading level and again began to move in such an upward movement, showing and breaking these X's. And the next high was always higher than the previous one. And look what happened here. Yes, a very similar market condition and very similar movement happened. That is, we got out of the sideways loop, went up, and then we renewed upper high when we went down, but in the end anyway. And these upper points, they were higher than previous ones. That is, in general, we had growing trend anyway, but everybody will say, judging by history, it is of course great. Yes, everything is very similar, but where will Bitcoin go now? Many people know from yesterday's video that I opened a long position here. At first it gave a small profit, then it closed on the stop line, and now I am out of the market, so to say, and will look for a new point of transition to long. So, where can Bitcoin go? If we compare the similarity of these movements, look what we had after Bitcoin was in accumulation for a long time. Even you see these bottom movements here? Yes, when Bitcoin went quite deep, we had them quite recently as well. Yes, this movement when Bitcoin went up, then recovered. And then we had this sideways movement again. So look what happened next. And then we had another move down, and after that we had another pretty deep drop, where we formed this double bottom pattern. And then we got back higher than the point, the halves that we had in this sideways position. So you began to understand the picture that will be appearing here in the nearest future. Probably there will be such a picture, of course. This is all from the category of regularities. Yes, many people like conspiracy theories, but in general, the market is built on these regularities. To cut a long story short, look, how to define this potential fall that we are waiting for, or to be more exact, which was here, yes, and which may presumably be here, the nearest days. And here let's erase this whole thing completely. That here's the drop that we had to the level of these initial, we can say, where Bitcoin came here after these, we can say two corrections. That is this level here. This level was 21500 before that. Yes, we had the same story here. The first correction to and high, this accumulation here, it was around 26300 approximately. That is a potential point where Bitcoin could go down. Yeah, if we use these patterns here, it's right around the 26,300 level. That's an understandable point. Give or take $200, $300 there, even a spread from 26,000 to 26,600. And if we look at the percentage, how much Bitcoin gave right here, at this moment of growth, stretching it out here roughly, it gave an 18% upward movement. So it turns out that we have this trend, namely the resistance line. It was preserved, yes, at these points when Bitcoin was beating the price tag higher and higher. Here also we came to it at some moment. And look, if the similar situation will happen now, let's measure approximately 18%. Then the reference point where Bitcoin can come, it will be around 30,500 and 31,000. That is, I will not say that this past trend will be maintained, but the benchmark, guys, may eventually be like this. That is, the price will come to the area of 30,500, 31,000. For my part, I will try to use this moment and open a long position at these Bitcoin's low levels. That is, if the price comes here, I will do it. But if it does not come, I will look for a new entry point again to go long. I wanted to say a few words on Bitcoin. At its global price, everyone is waiting for a correction soon, myself included, because everyone knows from Bitcoin's past cycles that it had a rise after it was at the bottom. And then, it went into a correction, quite a deep one. But what if the correction doesn't come and Bitcoin keeps going up? Because there are such prerequisites. In the near future, the altcoin market will slowly decline, because the US has tightened its grip on these various altcoin projects, and frankly, the creators, I think, will not be very interested in getting into this market and spending a lot of money to create their product. Accordingly, after these bans, the courts over various scam projects, various scam exchanges, FTX scam, Moon scam 3AC, the United States may more severely affect this market. Again, altcoins and many projects will not be launched. And people, those who hold large amounts of altcoins in vaults, there are a lot of people, they can move into Bitcoin because Bitcoin, it was defined as a commodity, and it was not defined as a security, which is what all altcoins are dragged under. Now, you already know my thoughts from past videos, that Bitcoin is a product of the feds who want to pile into a large number of people around the world. And if that goes to altcoins, Bitcoin could break out into the lead. Yes, there will be a big, huge spillover. At some point, if potentially altcoin goes bad for everyone, we might see a very childish rise somewhere in space as people will throw isole money into Bitcoin, and accordingly Bitcoin will rise. Be sure to write in the comments what you think about it. Is it crazy or are my thoughts? That is all. Subscribe to YouTube channel if you want to hear my thoughts about Bitcoin prices. Sign up and as they say, stay tuned. Thank you all for watching this.